Your Excellency, Ambassador Iain Lindsay, can you give us a brief overview on your career to date and how you ended up back in Bahrain after a sojourn here as the British Ambassador?
Well, I was a British diplomat for 40 years, and I came here in 2011 from Hong Kong, where I'd been the number 2 in the British consulate in Hong Kong. And I was here for 4 very happy years, 2011 to 2015. I arrived at what was a challenging time for Bahrain, and my task, working with the leadership of Bahrain and Bahrainis, was to take the relationship between Bahrain and the UK, a long-standing, very close relationship, to take it back up to where it had been. I left here and spent 8 or 9 months learning Hungarian every day, and that was a bit of brain training. And I was British Ambassador in Hungary for 4.5 years, leaving in September 2020. I was back in the UK for about 3 or 4 months, and then I returned to Bahrain to take up my current role as an advisor to the chairman of the EDB, His Royal Highness the Crown Prince, the Prime Minister. I took that role up in January 2021, and I've been here ever since.
What motivated you to transition towards your current advisory economic role in Bahrain after such a distinguished diplomatic career internationally?
You know, I've done 40 years as a British diplomat. As they say, people get less for murder. So having been overseas really from 2003 until 2020, I was attracted by the offer of coming back here to work in essentially promoting investment into Bahrain, promoting Bahrain. So I was very happy to come back here, and I love hearing people say, I never knew that about Bahrain.
Can you highlight some key economic development initiatives that you've been involved with since joining the Economic Development Board here?
Yeah, I mean, obviously there have been specific investment projects that have taken place over the 3 years I've been here. So a lot of, if you like, geographical initiatives. Although we came out of COVID quite quickly here in Bahrain, the reality was that for much of 2021, we weren't able to travel because other parts of the world were still not open.
Sure.
Also, one of the things I've been involved in is, we talk a lot about Team Bahrain, being more joined up internationally. So I've been working very closely with the Foreign Ministry on making sure that our ambassadors, Bahraini ambassadors and their teams, have got all the information that they need to go out and bat for Bahrain, know what the key information to be passing to the business people they meet, to the government representatives they meet, to enable them to, promoting Bahrain.
What do you see as being the biggest challenges facing Bahrain's economy currently, and how do you propose that these will be faced and overcome?
Foreign direct investment represents around about 80-85% of Bahrain's GDP. It's equivalent to 80-85% of Bahrain's GDP. So maybe one of the challenges we face is getting people to come to Bahrain. Very, very few investors invest in Bahrain purely for the Bahraini market. They're investing in Bahrain because we're a gateway to the Gulf, not least a gateway to Saudi Arabia. That's why the F1 is a godsend from the perspective of the foreign direct investment.
Absolutely.
We bring people in here. Some are existing investors, others are people we want to get to come here, and the impact that Bahrain makes on them is really very impressive.
As an advisor, how do you envisage Bahrain's economic landscape evolving over the next decade, and what are the key strategies in place to achieve this vision?
Increased diversification, clearly. We have to do that. The continued development of Bahraini talent will make Bahrain an attractive destination in the years to come. So we're preparing the ground now in education. We need more people who are able to go into the jobs that are there and the jobs that Bahrain needs for the future.
What about vocational training?
Absolutely. It is the case that not every student needs to go to university. Not every student is qualified in terms of mentally or in the zone for for a tertiary education of that nature. I think also in terms of the diversification, we will continue to attract a large amount of our investment from the neighbours. But we need to diversify further amongst the non-neighbours, and we need to bring in more investment from there and continuing to invest in Bahraini talent.